Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. I genuinely hope everything is going well with you over this past week. I hope you're drinking plenty of water and staying healthy. Let's get into it. Let's talk horror. Let's talk monsters. This time around, we're going to do a cosmic creature, cosmic horror. Of course, one of the people often associated with cosmic horror is the politically incorrect H.P. Lovecraft. He wrote such classics as Call of Cthulhu, At the Mountain of Madness, and my favorite actually is Shadow over Innsmouth. That's a fun one. The constant mistrust, the suspicion, the suspense, and it's such a panic towards the end. The whole thing is just tense, and I really like it. Of course, when you think cosmic horror, you think Lovecraft, you automatically think Cthulhu, the ancient one, the big boy, big bad boy, who lives under the ocean. Those Squidward tentacles. I personally don't. I'm not crazy about his design. I mean, look at him. He's iconic. He's legendary. He looks like a final boss. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's awesome. But the idea that it's mixed with like a human form, something humanoid, like I feel like it weakens the godlike imagery, you know? Like I get it's based off the descriptions, based off statues that was made of him and the stories it was like a mixture of like octopus and dragon and human, and it was just like I don't know. I feel like the human form is just limiting to something like a god. Like a god shouldn't have a pelvis or kneecaps. Like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. And I know it's difficult because it's cosmic horror. We're bound within our current human existence, and we can only picture so many odd things. Otherwise, it's just going to be a squid. Like, you can make things human or squid. Like, I get it. It's difficult. But, I don't know. I'm probably going to put kneecaps in this one and a pelvis in this creature. So, like, fire me. Anyway, you know Cthulhu isn't the only big bad boy, though, right? Actually, Cthulhu has a daughter, Cthulhu, known as the Hidden One. She's actually like really special because if Cthulhu ever dies, which yeah, I guess these things can die, she will give birth to him. Yeah, she's cool like that. I mean, there's a whole bunch of beings, but there's also Azathoth, which is like this omnipotent being, which is like the architect of the entire universe, basically, and he dwarfs all the other gods, including Cthulhu, and he's just like the end all be all. But he's been asleep this whole time, so lucky us. I think someone who does do a great job at capturing the vibe of cosmic beings and otherworldly entities is actually Guillermo del Toro, specifically when he worked on Hellboy. It took me way too long to realize that they're dabbling in the cosmic realm here with things like Samael, the dog beast that runs around and keeps multiplying basically throughout the movie. All the work and love that went into the suit. Individualized motors to control the little tentacles on his head. Beautiful creature design, beautiful suit. See, I love this. When movies spend time to sit there and make monsters. Like, that's a huge part of their budget. Is like, we're going to spend a huge chunk of our money to give our costume and monster department a huge chunk of money to make monsters. And then we're going to film those monsters. And it's going to be super fun. And it's awesome. And I love it. And I want to do that. And also in the movie, they have one of the best depictions of cosmic beings invading Earth that I've ever seen. Hellboy's unlocking the door for these beings to get into our world. And the beam shoots up to the sky, turns the moon into a portal for these beings. And you see these massive tentacles reaching through the sky, and it's just, mwah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I want to see that. I want that to be my apocalypse. The apocalypse is coming up. Can we make that happen? I'm just saying, if you had an apocalypse, which one would you want? I mean, would you want this? Did you want this kind? Or do you want this kind? No, you'd want this. And of course, it's not over with. Of course, Rasputin here is like, oh, hey, I have a god inside me, by the way. Another cosmic monster. See, look, this thing doesn't have a pelvis. Anyway, moving on. A bit of ancient knowledge. If you click both the subscribe button and the like button as a chance of waking up Azathoth, if we can get the apocalypse started early. Just saying. Also, leave a comment what you think Cthulhu's favorite TV show is. Let's talk about The Mist. Oh. The movie that people were like, I hated it. No, you didn't hate the movie. You just didn't like the ending. You want everything to be nice and pretty and warm and soft and cute and cuddly and happily ever after. And this movie is like, you know what? I'm not going to give it to you. I'm not going to give you what you want. This was a great movie with a great cast full of Walking Dead stars before Walking Dead was a show. You got large tentacles reaching out of the mist and snatching people up. And then, bam, you get this beauty. This giant lumbering creature that could care less about humans. See, I'm a sucker for kaiju and big monsters, and of course, you put that right there. I'm like a toddler, I get all giddy. There's a few other sources of cosmic horror out there, like the movie Annihilation. I really just want to focus on the bear, though. Peak horror. It is terrifying. Its look, its cries, its aggression. Gold star. Also, there was a 2016 movie called The Void. I thought it was just okay, but the monster, really cool. We need more movies like this and more monsters like this. One movie I love to give props to, though, is actually Bird Box. They attempted cosmic horror without really being able to show anything. So they had to rely on showing the effects of what the entities had on everybody. Now that upset a lot of people. Not getting a big reveal. But they can't show us stuff on the screen because it would just devalue the character's experience. Because what the characters are seeing is incomprehensible. So it makes them go mad. If we saw what the people were looking at, we would be able to comprehend it and see it and think, oh, that's not so scary. Why are people freaking out about that? It's just a spooky monster. You know? Just run. What's wrong with you? There's the problem. Cosmic horror is really hard to put on screen. For anyone left out there who's still crying about Bird Box, this was supposed to be the monster. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad design. Maybe a little. But that's not scary. We would be disappointed. We're just going to have to wrap our heads around the idea that it's incomprehensible. Cool. If you want actual cosmic horror, look up to the sky at night and try to comprehend all of that. The entire cosmos, the vastness of it, and how small we are on this one little rock. I think that's why I'm drawn to these monsters, to these movies, to cosmic horror in general. Because I'm not fearing a serial killer. I'm not fearing a wild animal. Because the universe is big. It is scary. And there are things we can't comprehend about it and about our existence. And maybe one day I'll get over it and that won't keep me up at night. Thank you for sticking through to the end. Let's make it a good week. Deal? Deal.